Check out the New York Yankees lineup. It's brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Brett Gardner leading it off as Jacoby Ellsbury is the day off, at least to begin the game. It is Chris Young in left field batting second with Alex Rodriguez, the DH. Carlos Beltran in right field with Chase Headley at third. Greg Bird back at first base. Mark Teixeira still ailing with the bone bruise. John Ryan Murphy does the catching with Didi Gregorius at shortstop. And Stephen Drew at second base rounds out the starting nine for New York. The Red Sox starting pitcher presented by your local New England Audi dealers. Henry Owens gets his sixth start of the year. Comes in and 2-1 is his record with a 4.03 earned run average. 27 strikeouts to 11 walks, and opponents hitting at 241 against Owens. Friday against the Mets, his last outing. Lasted 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, 1 earned. Walked 4 and struck out 6 along the way in that no decision against the Mets.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They are 12th in the American League with 82 errors on the season. Pablo Sandoval will be at third base. Xander Bogaerts the shortstop. Brock Holt at second. And Travis Shaw, the first baseman, left to right. Rusney Castillo, Mookie Betts, and Jackie Bradley Jr. And Blake Swihart doing the catching for Henry Owens.
Well, the umpiring crew today, Larry Van Over has a plate. He's the crew chief, calling the balls and strikes today with Brian Knight at first base, Vic Carapazza at second base, and Ron Culpa, the umpire, at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
A warm afternoon here, 90 degrees at Fenway Park as we get it started. Breeze out to right at 10 miles per hour. And the forecast sunny for the remainder of the day. Right now, nothing but blue skies above Fenway. Lights are on here today as Brett Gardner makes his way to the plate. 273 with 13 homers and 56 runs batted in for Gardner. Now the Yankees able to bounce back and take game 2 of the series against the Red Sox. Red Sox winning the first game of the series. First pitch of the ball game from Owens. He shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a ball high.
First time that Gardner has faced Owens. He did not play against him in that game at Yankee Stadium when Owens made the start.
Fly ball lifted, foul, and out of play.
See the breakdown for Henry Owens. A lot of fastballs, 67%, 19% curveballs and sliders, and the changeup at 14%.
Well, Owens down his major league career, a loss at New York first time out, then beat the Tigers in his second outing. A 1-1 pitch. And it's fouled off. We go on to have a no decision at home against Seattle, a win against Kansas City, and then the no decision last time out against the Mets. So his major league debut, and you talk about stages across Major League Baseball, Jerry. Yankee Stadium, his major league debut.
I couldn't think of a more nervous atmosphere to pitch in. Hostile territory, making your major league debut.
And he's had a few. Citi Field in New York, not much easier as he formed well in that outing. Here's a swing and a miss, and badly fooled was Gardner. Good start of the day for Henry Owens.
That's a very good job by Owens because he threw him 3 pitches up and in, then he goes away with the breaking ball when he has 2 strikes on him. Strikeout high for Owens. He's done that. He's done 10, and that came against the Seattle Mariners right here at Fenway Park. Starts this game off with a strikeout, just like he started off last game at Yankee Stadium with a strikeout against Jacoby Ellsbury.
One down brings up Chris Young. 245, 14 homers and 37 runs batted in, and jumps back out of the way of a pitch down and in. So Young getting the start in left field today for New York, and again Ellsbury on the bench to begin the ball game here today. Popped up, foul ground as Swihart comes back towards the screen, but he won't have a play. Lays it on a hop off the top of the screen. Two hits in his last 32 at bats for Chris Young. 1 for 7 on the road trip so far for Young, as jumps back out of the way of a pitch down and in. Joined the Yankees last year. He's had 88 hits since joining New York, and he's done well against the Red Sox so far. Owens didn't miss by a lot there.
Now, first changeup of the day for Owens, just missing down and in.
Popped up right side as Holt, ducking into short right, battles the sun but makes the catch. 2 down here in the first inning.
Yeah, tough time of the day, obviously, with that sun out there at second base. Right field starting to set behind the stands here on third base side. See Bracco with the glasses, uses the hand, the cap, everything. The glove, trying to block the sun.
So 2 down here in the first inning brings up Alex Rodriguez at 256 with 26 home runs, 71 runs batted in. A-Rod with a swing and a miss, much to the delight of the crowd.
Red Sox in a shift on the left side of the infield. They bring Brock Holt from second base, put him at that shortstop position.
A-Rod with 4 hits in his last 24 at bats. And a foul tip has him down 0-2.
Fastball at 92 miles an hour, throws it right by A-Rod.
On the ground down the third baseline. It's a fair ball. Long throw for Sandoval, who plants and gets it there. A 1-2-3 first inning for Henry Owens. The Red Sox are coming up. Bats leading it off in center field with Pablo Sandoval at third base. Sander Bogaerts at shortstop with David Ortiz, the DH, Travis Shaw at first base. Rusney Castillo in left. Brock Holt at second base. Blake Swihart doing the catching. And Jackie Bradley Jr. in right field rounds out the starting 9. Now Mookie Betts leading it off here in the bottom of the first inning. That's a fly ball to left field that has Chris Young back at the wall, and that ball is high off the wall. Young plays the carom as Betts rounds second base. That's a wall scraper on the way down, a double.
And Mookie Betts now with a 9-game hitting streak. He jumps on the fastball from Tanaka and puts it high off that left field wall. Straight fastball that time, just above the belt. Second looked like this ball had a chance to get out of the ballpark, but kind of hit high off the wall, and Betts at second base with a leadoff double.
So a 9-game hitting streak now for Mookie at 324 along the way. A couple of home runs mixed in and 5 RBIs. There is Pablo Sandoval, and he'll take a look at it. Strike one. The Yankees starting pitcher presented by New England Nissan dealers. 20th start for Tanaka, 10-6 with a 3.62 ERA. 121 2/3 innings, got 110 Ks. Opponent's hitting at 222 against the right-hander. One pitch on the ground to short. Gregorius fires low to first, but it's dug out by Greg Bird. That play to his right. Remaining at second is Betts.
The Yankees defense is brought to you by DraftKings, 9th in the American League, 79 errors on the season. Chase Headley will be at third base. Didi Gregorius the shortstop. Stephen Drew at second. Greg Bird the first baseman, left to right. Chris Young, Brett Gardner, and Carlos Beltran, and John Ryan Murphy doing the catching for Tanaka.
One out. Mookie Betts at second base here in the Boston first inning, and it brings up Xander Bogaerts. Xander at 316 with 4 homers and 61 runs batted in. Currently 5th in the American League in batting average with that hefty 316 average. And a pitch that is in there for strike one.
And Don mentioned the 20 starts for Tanaka. He missed some time on the disabled list. He had the right wrist tendonitis and a right forearm strain earlier this season.
Well, 2 starts against the Red Sox this season. He is 2-0 with a 4.91 earned run average. Swinging a foul tip. Joe Girardi's team getting the win here last night, and they needed it because the Blue Jays ended up with a walk-off win against the Cleveland Indians.
So it remains a game and a half back for the Yankees behind Toronto.
And it'll be Cleveland and Toronto again. They play night baseball tonight at the Rogers Center. 1 win shy of 800 for Joe Girardi. It's amazing. It's already been 9 major league seasons for him. Started his managing career with the Florida Marlins, as they were known then, as the manager of the year there, the year that he was actually let go.
Done a good job as the Yankees manager, really has. New York trained, obviously, as a catcher with the Yankees.
One out Betts at second base, and Xander Bogaerts with a count of 1-2. Taps it foul. Now, Girardi really has been the perfect fit for the Yankees. I mean, you take a look at the way they were, what direction they were headed in, and was under such great shape for so many years under Joe Torre, who did it so well with great class over the years and so much success. To get a guy who played for the Yankees, a guy that understood the organization, the guys that he was managing that he had played with when he took over at the time. There were quite a few of them at the time.
Yeah, quite honestly, he hasn't had the rosters that Joe Torre had to work with.
No. And has a championship under his belt with the Yankees, of course, as Bogaerts painfully fouls that pitch off himself.
Red Sox will see a lot of different pitches from Tanaka today. The straight fastball, the cut fastball, the slider, the curveball, and the splitter, which is probably his best pitch. There is the splitter right there, and fouled right off the foot of Xander Bogaerts.
He got it pretty good. Now Xander digging back in. He's got Mookie Betts at second base, 1 down here in the first inning. Strike 3 call. Xander very surprised by that call. First strikeout for Tanaka, 2 down.
That's a tough pitch, a slider that got to pick up the inside corner. I mean, as a right-handed hitter, you kind of quit on a pitch like that. Then there's that little tail, and it just barely picks up the corner down and in.
Ika Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. Runner at second, 2 down. David Ortiz, the batter. 265 with 29 home runs, 80 runs batted in for Big Papi. Ortiz drills it to right on a line. It's up over the head and up into the bullpen on a hop. That will score Mookie Betts on the ground rule double that has the Red Sox on top 1-0. That was a bullet on a line up over Carlos Beltran, the right fielder.
Well, David Ortiz said it this morning in the clubhouse. He said, they had me yesterday. I'm going to get them today. And he's got one already, a hard line drive on the fastball that he takes quickly over the head of Carlos Beltran in right field. And the Red Sox have the 1-0 lead for Ortiz's 81st RBI of the season.
Now with that double, now tied for 21st most all time in doubles. 574 for Big Papi. And scoring position with 2 down for Travis Shaw. Shaw 0 for 4 in the ballgame last night, and in fact 0 for 7 in the series against the Yankees.
That pitch you'd see about 87, 88 miles an hour. That is the cut fastball from Tanaka.
See the arsenal for Tanaka this season. Missing down and away, 2-1.
Now, we showed you that graph, and it says changeup on there, and of course his changeup is a splitter. Last pitch to Travis Shore, splitter.
Throws it a quarter of the time. You like my fast math there, Jerry?
You're very, very sharp. Very sharp. The late afternoon kind of guy.
Yeah. 2-1 pitch is just off the outside edge. Travis Shaw in his 5th career major league stint, and all the stints have come this year for the Red Sox. He has played 3 different positions for Boston, mostly at first base, but also time at third, and has made an appearance in left field. Tanaka, pretty deliberate worker, especially with men on base. Walking lead for Ortiz, a 3-1 pitch. And Shaw chops it towards second. On the move is Drew with a very good play. It didn't look like he was going to get there. He does, and then makes the throw to get him. Red Sox get a run, lead it 1-0. One to nothing. Red Sox have the lead over the Yankees here in the top of the 2nd inning. Red Sox able to get a run on a double off the bat of David Ortiz. Carlos Beltran leading it off at 282, 13 homers and 48 runs batted in. One thing we've seen in this series from Joe Girardi and the Yankees, about a change in the lineup day to day, and part of that might be the absence of Mark Teixeira.
Yeah, I think so, Don. You know, Teixeira out with that bone bruise, and mixing and matching is Joe Girardi with his lineup. Lefties against righties. Kind of figured McCann would be out of there today with left-handed pitcher, day game after a night game, and get John Ryan Murphy in there.
Owens had a 1-2-3 first on 12 pitches. 1-2 pitch will miss outside, kind of surrounded the plate. 2-2. Center fielder bats over towards right center, gap out in left center field. And Beltran with an off-balance swing. Second strikeout for Henry Owens.
Both strikeouts have come on off-speed pitches. A breaking ball to Gardner, a changeup away here to Beltran. A little bit off the outside part of the plate, but the off-speed pitch completely fooling Beltran. And matter of fact, most of the pitches away from Beltran in that at-bat.
And one down, Chase Headley, the batter. Now, Jerry, we saw Henry Owens during spring training, a guy who struggled quite a bit in each of the last 2 major league camps and kind of got dropped down the depth chart a little bit. He started this year. You see him in first couple of times, not overly impressive, but the more you see, the more you get what they were excited about.
Yeah, I agree. You know, and I kept asking people about him at Pawtucket. It was kind of up and down. It wasn't, you know, all positive stuff. And then from what we've seen at the major league level, I mean, it's he's looked very confident in what he does. He has confidence. He'll throw all of his pitches. And as we mentioned before, he's been matched up against some pretty darn good pitching.
Masahiro Tanaka today as the pitch at the bottom of the zone called a strike. As he had fallen behind Headley, 3-0. It's now 3-1. There is ball 4, and the first base runner of the day for New York is Chase Headley. Tuesday, September 8th, it's Red Sox hat giveaway night presented by Toyo Tires. All fans in attendance will receive a special 1975 season hat. Visit redsox.com/promos for tickets.
It's a nice hat, that red and blue one.
You like that one? You wore that one too, right?
Yeah, I did wear it early in my career here with the Red Sox.
You like the hat, but not the jersey without the buttons, right?
No, I didn't like that. I'd really hate it today. Boiler wheel carrying around.
One out, Headley at first, and Greg Bird will take ball 1, and this will bring Swihart out to Owens, who has become a little bit unsync here, or out of sync here in the last 2 batters. Well, Greg Bird has been the guy filling in at first base for Teixeira. He's got a bone bruise, and Bird has started all 3 games in this 3-game series. So it's a .237 average, 2 homers, and 10 runs batted in. The debut for Henry Owens against the Yankees gave up 3 earned runs in 5 innings. In that outing, became the first Red Sox starting pitcher to debut at Yankee Stadium since Robinson Chaco did it back in 1997. That's generally not a place where you have a rookie make his major league debut. That's because of the size of the stage. That gives you an idea of how high they are on Owens. This is driven deep and far down the right field line, and that ball is gone. Couple of rows deep off the bat of Greg Bird, a 2-run home run, and the Yankees take a 2-1 lead on one swing of the bat.
Well, Bird got an inside fastball, and he's able to turn on it right here. The ball just stayed middle of the plate in. They wanted the fastball away, and Bird takes it right down that right field line. Home run here, home run in Yankee Stadium.
So 1 out, 2 runs in here now for the Yankees. And John Ryan Murphy, the catcher today. Brian McCann available off the bench, but as Jerry mentioned, the day game after the night game, and he gets to start doing the catching. Well, all the home runs given up by Owens right here as Alex Spear checks in, and here's a drive out towards deep left center field, and that ball is gone into the monster seats. Yankees go back to back. Greg Bird and now John Ryan Murphy, and the Yankees take a 3-1 lead.
Now both home runs in this inning from Bird and now Murphy, both on fastballs in both missed locations. They wanted to go away with the fastball. It stayed middle in. John Ryan Murphy with the home run. So that happened very quickly. Back to back.
Carl Willis, pitching coach, out there trying to calm down Henry Owens here, who retired the first 4 Yankees that he faced today. 2 by way of the K before the walk of Chase Headley. The 2-run home run by Bird to right, followed by the solo home run by John Ryan Murphy to left. That's from a 1-0 advantage to a 2-run deficit in the blink of an eye. Now Didi Gregorius, the shortstop for New York, standing in. .270 with 7 home runs and 43 runs batted in. Today's key matchup brought to you by Honda. Start something special with a great deal on a Honda. A 6-game hitting streak. Tough to do it better than Didi Gregorius has done it in that 6 games. 14 for 24, hitting at a cool .583. A couple home runs, 11 runs batted in. Been hitting out of that 8th spot for New York, and it's pretty good offense from the bottom of the Yankees order. Number 9 man Stephen Drew has already turned in a good defensive play today. Forget how good defensively he is.
Very solid, very steady. We saw that here with the Red Sox, and now we see him at second base with the New York Yankees.
Gregorius thought about it, lets it pass, and it's a full count. Yankees going back to back here in the second inning. It is the 3rd time this year that New York has combined for back-to-back home runs. Flared foul back and below us. Tanaka goes from trailing by a run to on top by 2 at the moment. Inside outswing, and Gregorius fouls off another. Well, the first 5,000 fans who attend the Paw Sox Rochester game at McCoy Stadium on Friday receive a collector's edition Paw Sox baseball card set. It's always a popular item, so make sure you grab your tickets today at pawsox.com. In the air to shallow right center, and out of the reach of Brock Holt, who is headed out, and in between Jackie Bradley Jr. and Mookie Betts. The triangle out there created and falls in between everybody for a base hit.
Yeah, good job by Gregorius. He gets the breaking ball right here and continues that hitting streak now to 7 straight games. Very defensive swing with 2 strikes, as it normally would be, especially on a breaking ball, but perfectly placed by Gregorius, and the base hit to continue the hitting streak.
And some pretty incredible numbers along the way. He's at first with 1 out. Stephen Drew now standing in. A check by Owens on Gregorius at first base. The majority of Stephen Drew's time has come at second base in a Yankees uniform now. He is second among Major League second basemen in home runs. He's got 16 home runs on the year, and he drives this out towards deep right field, back towards the wall, and that's going to be off the short wall. Stopping at third, Gregorius into second. Wrapping his arms around the bag is Drew with a double that nearly got out of here to right.
Now, all 3 of the baseballs that have been hit hard here by the Yankees, the 2 home runs and now the double by Drew, all have been on fastballs. And again, I think they wanted that fastball away. You can see where Swihart is set up, and the fastball misses the location. They come inside. So he's missing his locations with his fastball right now, and he's paying the price for it. I thought that ball was going and left the back, but not quite enough. Off the bottom of the wall.
Well, Drew still with very good power. He's at second base. Gregorius at third with 1 out. And it brings up Brett Gardner, top of the order. Second time through now for New York against Henry Owens. Gardner, a strikeout victim in the first inning. He went swinging. Five straight Yankees have reached after the strikeout of Carlos Beltran to begin the inning. Rolls it over foul, evens the count at 1-1.
Red Sox early in the ball game playing the infield back with the exception of Sandoval. One thing they don't want to have happen here is have 2 runs score. They'll give up 1 more in this situation and try to get an out.
Pitches so far here in the second inning for Owens, and he has just 1 out. Two 2-1 pitch is outside. So now Owens behind again. It's a walk that really got this entire thing started to Chase Headley. Now he is behind Gardner, 3-1. That's a strike and much needed for Owens right now. Full count.
Keeping the fastball down this time and away from Gardner.
That's a good pitch.
Not the kind of pitch you want to swing at if you're a hitter on a 3-1 count. Probably looking for the ball middle in, didn't get it there.
Gardner cleans it up but fouls it off to the left out of play. It's running in on him that time. Yankees really do have two legitimate leadoff guys, and generally they bat back-to-back atop their order, with Ellsbury leading off and Gardner second most nights. But you get Ellsbury the day off today, and you slide Gardner right into that leadoff spot very comfortably. 3-2 pitch. And Gardner lifts it foul back and out of play.
Tough at bat put on here by Gardner. 7 pitches he's seen so far in this at bat.
Second full count for Henry Owens. Another foul ball. He'll see a 9th pitch in this at bat. So far, no action in the Red Sox pen as Owens tries to get out of this inning. Home plate in the shadows. Pitcher's mound in the sunshine right now.
Mookie Betts asking the second base umpire if he could move over a little bit so Mookie could see home plate.
Ball 4, he loses Gardner. So the second walk of the inning, second walk of the outing allowed by Owens. And it looks like somebody's going to be getting up now. We'll follow the Red Sox all season with MLB.com at bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Get MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet today. Well, Ryan Cook first up for the Red Sox. The right-hander just called up yesterday as part of the September call-ups. And warming in the pen first as Henry Owens is about to face his 8th Yankees batter of the inning. Young hits it in the air out towards deep left field. Back goes Castillo, and it's going to be off the scoreboard. Scoring from third, Gregorius, and they'll get 1 run out of it. Now they've got a Yankee hung up in between second and third with runners at both bases, and the tag out made. And Gardner retired. The Yankees kind of running themselves into an out there, as it turns out, fortunately for the Red Sox, that they get an out in that situation. Yankees get their 4th run of the ball game.
Yeah, Gardner had rounded second base. Here you see Castillo playing the ball off the wall, gets it into second base. Gardner thought the man from third was going to score, so he rounds second base. Now he's going to be out when he gets there. The third base belongs to the base runner who occupies it. That ball off the scoreboard. Castillo getting his first chance to make a play off the left field wall. And Brock Holt's just going to run Gardner back, and he knows he's going to be out anyway, so he just stops.
So second and third, here's A-Rod. And he'll take a pitch down low for ball 1. 9th batter of the inning for New York. Rodriguez getting his second look at Henry Owens. He grounded out to third base in the first inning, 0 for 1. The pitching line for Owens, brought to you by Ace Ticket. Inning in 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned so far. He's walked 2, struck out 2, and already at 50 pitches. Inning in 2/3 deep into his outing. Owens now just trying to get through the second inning. Ryan Cook continues to warm in the Boston pen. Good pitch, but not where the target was set up. Didn't get credit for it.
Yeah, it should have been called a strike. That ball had plenty of the inside part of the plate. But you'll see Swihart reach across the plate, and a lot of times you don't get that call.
That was the 40th pitch of the inning. Now a liner that is a fair ball off the box seats. Drew scores. Young will score. It's a 2-run single for Alex Rodriguez, and the Yankees take a 6-1 lead. Well, bobble out there in left field by Rusney, but it didn't add to it as Alex Rodriguez did not advance. He remains at first base, but New York with a 6-run second inning so far against Henry Owens.
Well, a little different this time around. The second time the Yankees have seen Owens, and that's a changeup that's going to be just barely in fair territory if it was. And that's going to be the it for Henry Owens this afternoon.
Now Torey Lovello out to get Owens, who does not get out of the second inning. Yankees have a 6-1 lead. Pitching still responsible for A-Rod at first. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Kia. A return to the major leagues for Ryan Cook back here for the Red Sox, and a quick check at first base. And Alex Rodriguez, who dives back to the bag. Numbers for Cook, his 8th appearance, 0-2 with a 19.89 earned run average. It's sitting at .472 against him so far in a Red Sox uniform. There's a fly ball struck well to left field. Castillo going back, looking up, and that ball is gone. So Carlos Beltran welcoming Ryan Cook back to the major leagues with a 2-run home run that has the Yankees on top 8-1.
Well, we mentioned the Yankees third in the league in home runs, and home runs have been a big factor in the game today. Bird, Murphy. Now Beltran picks on the first pitch, and he sees a fastball away and takes it to the opposite field for the home run.
And one of the 2 runs scoring charged to Owens. The book closed on Owens. Ground ball shift on right side. Bogarts will throw out Headley and finally end the inning. But an 8-run second for the Yankees. New York on top 8-1. Whatever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason? A tough day today for Henry Owens. There's a ground ball base hit into right field. Off the end of the bat for Rusney Castillo to open up the bottom of the second for Boston. A lot of work to do, and it starts with Castillo's base hit.
Yeah, Castillo getting that first pitch fastball from Tanaka and moves it to second base for the base hit. And playing him to pull the ball away from him, and he goes right with it. See where Stephen Drew, the second baseman, is. That ball really at the normal second base spot right there, but Drew playing him to pull.
Lead runner on for the Red Sox, second straight inning against Tanaka. And Brock Holt takes strike 1. Holt at .280 to start the day. A couple of home runs, 37 runs batted in. Red Sox got 2 hits, both doubles off Tanaka in the first inning, and scored the game's first run. That one fouled off the catcher, John Ryan Murphy. Strike 3 called. Holt doesn't like it at all. Says some things to Vanover on the way by. Second strikeout for Tanaka, and Vanover right back at Holt.
Actually, on the Mika pitch zone, it looks like a pretty good pitch that picked up the inside corner. See the second pitch, now the third pitch, and it does have a piece of the inside corner, but Brock Holt didn't think so, as he and Vanover had words on the way back to the dugout.
One out, one on, and Blake Swihart, the batter. Swihart, the Red Sox catcher, batting out of the 8th spot in the order. 279, 2 homers, and 23 runs batted in. Red Sox trying to chip away at what right now is a 7-run deficit. Another good pitch right on that outside corner. Tanaka coming in with 10 wins on the year, 10-6. The other way to left has Chris Young back, pedaling onto the dirt of the track for the second out. Well, attention, New England Deadheads. Steal your base at Fenway Park for Grateful Dead Night on September 21st. Limited tickets available at redsox.com/Grateful Dead.
Talk about a loyal following, the Grateful Dead. It's unbelievable.
Indeed. Were you ever a deadhead at any point?
Not really. No.
Jackie Bradley Jr. standing in and batting out of the 9 spot as he takes strike 1. The Red Sox really have been getting very good starting pitching, and today they do not. In fact, 31 starts have been made by Red Sox starters. They've gone at least 5 innings in those starts until today. And chase from this game, Henry Owens after an inning and 2/3. Another strike has Bradley shaking his head. 0-2.
Another split-fingered fastball by Tanaka, this time to the outside part of the plate.
Bouncing in, block taken off for second base, and getting there without a problem is Rusney Castillo. He broke right away. No throw by Murphy.
Yeah, you got to be absolutely sure too that there's probably not going to be a throw. You can make it standing up, especially down by this many runs this early in the ball game. But pretty good read there by Rusney Castillo. Gets in a scoring position.
Wild pitch charge to Tanaka with 2 outs. Castillo now in scoring position, and a 1-2 pitch coming to Jackie Bradley Jr. Swinging a foul tip that glances off the catcher Murphy. Bradley's had a very good series against the Yankees so far. 5 for 6 in the series. And a ground ball off himself. It gets all the way down to the first baseman, but a foul ball. Ball traveled a long way off Jackie Bradley Jr.
A glancing blow it looked like instead of a direct hit. Take another look as he hits on top of that fastball and all the way down to Greg Bird, the first baseman, but Bradley obviously making contact with the baseball right off his toe.
Easy for you to say that it was a glancing blow.
Yeah, that's a bad mistake. Very bad.
One-two pitch. And Bradley again fouls it off himself. This time it jumps up. Looked like it got his arm this time. A little bit higher.
He's getting more beat up at the plate than he does in the field. Split-fingered fastball top this time by Bradley, and bounces up and hits him right in the arm. It looks like somewhere around that shoulder.
He's fortunate to make contact with that ball at all. Tanaka's 1-2. Downstairs with pitch number 7, evens the count at 2-2. A good battle right now between Jackie Bradley Jr. Masahiro Tanaka. 2 outs. Rusney Castillo at second base. Red Sox batting in their half of the second inning. Full count now.
That's a tough pitch to lay off of right there. That's that splitter again from Tanaka, and it certainly is very tempting on the outside part of the plate. This one actually a good 3 or 4 inches off the outside part of the plate. There you see the split on the grip, rather, on the split-fingered fastball.
On the ground right side, Stephen Drew picks and throws and retires Jackie Bradley Jr. Red Sox retired as well through 2. Yankees have the lead as we get ready here for the top of the 3rd inning. And Greg Bird, who is a big part of that 8-run second inning for the Yankees, back up again. He got it started with a 2-run home run down into the right field corner. Three home runs in the second inning for New York, 8 runs total. Greg Bird to be followed by John Ryan Murphy and Didi Gregorius in the inning. 3-1. Ryan Cook back on the mound for the Red Sox. Relief of Henry Owens today. And he walks the first batter that he faces here in the 3rd inning. Well, it's time now for the Geico Red Sox moment, honoring the 75 season in their 133rd game. The Red Sox lost to the A's 8-6. Reggie Jackson had 3 hits and 5 RBIs for the Oakland A's. Rick Burleson also going 4 for 5 with a couple of doubles and 5 RBIs. It's a guy who was on the 75 team.
Very popular down in the stand today, drinking autographs, taking pictures.
That man signs a lot of autographs. He reminds me of Johnny Pesky in that regard as far as spring training goes and anywhere he goes.
One of the all-time favorite Red Sox players, Louis Tiant.
No 1 pitch. And a half-hearted swing by Murphy changed his mind in the middle. Jerry, you grow up in the New England area and you think about Red Sox players and what they're going to be like, and you hope they don't let you down when you get to know them someday. Louis Tiant, he is the real deal. He is every bit the guy you think he is.
He is what he is, right?
He is awesome. 1-2 pitch is fouled off down the right field line, out of play.
One thing you can count on when you see Louis, first thing he'll say, "How you doing?" and "How's your family?"
Yeah, exactly.
That's how he starts every conversation.
You may get, "How do you feel?" You get that too.
Yep.
And he is the best. El Tiante, who was here a lot. And of course, you have a chance to see him every day in spring training. 1-2 pitch. And a little roller right around the plate that stays foul.
He was great to play behind, I can tell you that. He was a guy that if you made an error behind him, he'd call you in and say, "Don't worry about it, we're going to get a double play here." He was just terrific to play with.
Wouldn't show you up, huh?
No, not at all. And he was a great character in the clubhouse.
Fly ball to deep right field. Bradley in the sun field out there will make the catch to retire Murphy on the first out of the 3rd inning. Well, this September, the Red Sox family 4-packs are back. In this special package, fans will get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas for just $75. This great deal is even available for Red Sox Hat Night on September 8th and Fred Lynn Bobblehead Night on September 22nd. Tickets are available at redsox.com/family 4-packs. Looks like they have the family 4-packs today. 4 of them, I think, unless there's more on either side. But I think there's 4 there, Jerry.
There's certainly 4 in the first row.
In there for strike 1 to Didi Gregorius. Gregorius with a single and a run scored as part of that 8-run second inning. He has been on fire. DraftKings.com is paying out over $300 million this baseball season. DraftKings has given out $34 million to Boston residents alone since the site launched. Get your free entry into a one-day fantasy baseball contest today using promo code NESSN. 1 on, 1 out, an 0-2 pitch to Gregorius coming. And an inside-out swing, and shoots it foul. He's in one of those modes right now where everything looks good, and
yeah, if he could just bottle that, you know,
extend it throughout the entire season.
Exactly.
Ryan Cook is now facing his 5th batter since coming in. Evens the count at 2-2. Gave up a home run to Carlos Beltran in the second inning, and was able to get Headley to ground out to end the inning. But Bird walks to begin this inning. Murphy flies out to right, 1 on, 1 out, and count of 2-2 to Didi Gregorius. '94 on the fastball, but it's fouled back. Saturday on Dining Playbook, join Billy Costa and Jenny Johnson as they talk restaurant designs. Plus, go into the kitchen with Mookie Betts as he cooks up his favorite salmon mac and cheese dish. Don't miss Dining Playbook Saturday morning at 9. I honestly say I've never had a salmon mac and cheese combination before. I've had lobster mac and cheese, but I've never had salmon mac and cheese.
Are you a big mac and cheese guy?
Yeah, I like mac and cheese.
It seemed like that went out of style for a while, and all of a sudden came back big. Everybody, mac and cheese everywhere.
You mix it in with just about anything. I mean,
like crazy about it.
Ball 4, and Gregorius. Second walk allowed by Cook, both coming in this inning. Red Sox trying to piece together the rest of this game with their bullpen after the starter Henry Owens hangs around for just an inning and 2/3. So 2 on, 1 away, and Stephen Drew coming up. With a double in the second inning. Drew has 73 hits on the year, and 33 of the 72 have been for extra bases. Double he hit last inning, his 16th double of the year. He's got 1 triple and 16 home runs. Mentioned he is just behind Brian Dozier among second basemen in home runs. Fouls it off to the left out of play. There's Dozier with 26 home runs starting today for the Minnesota Twins. They're everyday second baseman.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of Minnesota, but Dozier, you know, every time you see him and you look at his home run numbers, you're kind of surprised.
Not a terribly big guy. 2-1 pitch. And the one foul back out of play. Top of the Yankees order, Brett Gardner waiting on deck. 2 on, 1 out here in the third inning. It's Bird at second base, Gregorius at first base. One out for the Yankees here in the third. And a high drive to right field. Bradley going back to the track, and that ball is going to be gone. A 3-run home run for Stephen Drew, his 17th home run of the year, and the Yankees take an 11-1 lead.
Well, Don, you just got done talking about the home runs and the extra base hits for Stephen Drew, and second time today he's hit the ball very hard. A double back in the second inning. Now he takes that fastball that's down and out over the plate and pulls it for a line drive home run to right field.
Eleven to 1 New York, and Brett Gardner will take a pitch outside. Gardner has struck out and walked. Up in the pen for Boston, Heath Hembree just did get up. Cook so far 2/3 of an inning has given up 4 runs and 2 home runs. Falls behind 2-1. Most home runs the Red Sox or the Yankees have had in a game is 5, done 3 times this year, and so far today now have 4, and they're still batting here in the 3rd inning. Beltran, Bird, Murphy, and Drew all with home runs. Now a fly ball to short left field. Bogart's headed out, calling and catching the second out of the inning. Well, today's polos are designed by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. Jerry making the executive decision last night at was it last night?
I called you about 11:30. I watched the news, and they said it was going to be 90 and humid.
Yep.
So why don't we? Yep. I said, "What do you got available?" And you said red.
Red. That's what we had. I haven't watched the other ones we had from our last trip. So red it is.
Make sure you get them washed for the next trip.
Yes, ready to go. But you, it was very good of you to call us. It was very fast on your feet last night to make that decision, because you're right. It is warm here today.
Yeah, very warm.
Yeah. As soon as we open up these big windows, it's like a wall of heat on the other side.
Felt a little bit like Texas today when you opened it up.
It did. A little on the humid side here today. Started at 90 degrees here at the ballpark, game time temperature. But we're very comfortable in our Joseph Abboud polos. Here's a fly ball to shallow right field that has Bradley wandering in to make the catch that ends the inning. 3 more for New York on the Drew home run lead. And it's the top of the Red Sox order. Mookie Betts hitting it off and taking strike 1. Betts with a double in the first inning. One of 3 Red Sox hits off Masahiro Tanaka. The other hits, David Ortiz a double. Rusney Castillo a single. Close pitch, but just inside. Tanaka coming in at 10-6 with a 3.62 earned run average. Breaking ball that time, then misses at the top of the zone. 3-1.
Tanaka going to the breaking ball against Mookie Betts, and very close to being a strike, but usually those high curveballs don't get called strikes at the top of the zone. Back to the cut fastball.
Over the last 2 years, Tanaka's been very good on the road, 11-5. in 18 career road starts, 3.27 earned run average. Backs off. Full count here to Mookie Betts with Pablo Sandoval, Xander Bogaerts to follow. On the ground right side as Drew to his left. Able to throw out Mookie Betts for the first out here at the bottom of the third inning. Well, the ACC football season begins on Nesson tomorrow night. Be sure to catch the kickoff when Alcorn State visits Georgia Tech. Live tomorrow night at 7:30. Alcorn State, Jerry, is in Lorman, Mississippi.
Yep. A lot of tweets about that last night. A lot of people familiar with Alcorn State.
We really didn't have our arms around that situation as to where they were really from last night, but now we're well informed.
And the only reason I picked Georgia Tech is because they're playing at home.
Oh, that's a good point. Pablo Sandoval grounded out to shortstop in the first inning, 0 for 1. 40th pitch for Tanaka, and it's headed to shortstop, right to Gregorius. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Two-way for Xander Bogaerts, who struck out looking in the first inning. 1 of 2 Ks for Tanaka. Both of Tanaka's strikeouts have been called third strikes. Center fielder Brett Gardner, step or 2 towards right center. Little bounce in there for ball 1. It's the high strike that time, and it evens at 1-1. Third lowest opponent batting average in the league at 259 for Tanaka. Chop foul outside of third. Well, right now you can get up to 60 months with no interest on anything at Jordan's Furniture. Furnish one room or your entire home. Best of all, you'll get to enjoy it right now. Visit Jordans.com for details. 5 in a row retired by Tanaka. Bogaerts getting a piece and fouling it straight back.
That fastball for him's been averaging about 92 miles an hour all afternoon. Mixing it obviously with all his other pitches. Last pitch, the straight fastball at 92 away from Bogaerts outside part of the plate.
Bogaerts lines it into center field for a base hit. That breaks up a string at 5 in a row retired by Tanaka.
That time Bogaerts jumps on the slider from Tanaka, who left it out over the plate, and Bogaerts right back up the middle for the base hit. Line shot. Bogaerts now 6 for his last 13 at the plate.
So a 2-out base runner gives David Ortiz a chance. He doubled in the first inning to drive in the Red Sox lone run. 495 home runs right now for Big Papi. That's a breaking ball that drops in there for strike 1. Defensively aligned right now, and a shift on the right side for the Yankees, and the outfield playing for him to pull as well. Brett Gardner over into right center. And Ortiz hits one high in the air to center field. Gardner going back. onto the edge of the track to make the catch for the out that ends the third inning. We played 3. Yankees have an 11-1 lead. The day, Heath Hembree into the game, his 10th appearance without a record. 4.85 earned run average, 13 innings, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, and opponents hitting at 288 against Hembree. Takes over for Ryan Cook, who in an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, no Ks. Alex Rodriguez leading it off here in the visiting half of the 4th inning, and taking strike 1. A-Rod grounded out to third base in the first, singled to left, driving in 2 in the second inning. Now gets his head out of the way of a pitch up and in. Alex Rodriguez, Carlos Beltran, and Chase Headley to bat here in the top of the 4th inning for New York. Swing and a miss has him down 1-2. Hembree last worked on Sunday at New York against the Mets. Rodriguez fouling it straight back. Hembree operating at 95 miles an hour. Been pretty good about not walking batters. Last 7 appearances, he hasn't walked anybody. That's in 10 2/3 innings pitched and 40 batters faced. No runs allowed in his last 4 games. And he's able to strike out A-Rod to begin things here in the 4th inning.
A lot of sliders that time to A-Rod from Hembree, and he puts him away with a slider to the outside part of the plate.
One down in the 4th brings up Carlos Beltran. He struck out in the 2nd. Homered in the 2nd inning as well, batting twice. He sent 11 men to the plate in the inning and scored 8 times. Now he bats with 1 out, bases empty here in the 4th. Red Sox in the shift on the right side. Center fielder bats over towards right center field, and well off the line and left is Castillo. Beltran to pull. That's in a cleanup spot today for New York. And skies one to shallow right in the shift. The Lyman Holt had been out there. Now he gives way to Jackie Bradley Jr. Makes the catch for the 2nd out here of the 4th inning. Well, no one does back-to-school season like Tanger Outlets at Foxwoods. It's your chance to shop over 100 of your favorite brands at a discount. Foxwoods, the official casino and resort of the Boston Red Sox. Visit foxwoods.com to learn more. 2 down in the 4th inning, and it brings up Chase Headley. Headley with a walk in the 2nd, grounded out to shortstop also in the 2nd. For Hembree, he gave up 6 earned runs in his season debut for the Red Sox back on April 26th. That was at Camden Yards in Baltimore. Since then, he's given up only 1 run, and that's back and forth to Pawtucket a couple of times mixed in.
And getting a lot of work from the Red Sox since being recalled.
This is stint number 4 of the year with the Red Sox for him. With Pawtucket in 29 games, he was 0-5, but did have 8 saves. And he's able to strike out Headley. A 1-2-3 4th inning for Hembree. 11-1. The Yankees have the lead. And the Yankees have the lead over the Red Sox. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's Travis Shaw, Rusney Castillo, and Brock Holt to bat here in the 4th. Masahiro Tanaka, in the first 3 innings, giving up 4 hits and the 1 run. His curveball is in there for a strike on the outside corner. Travis Shaw getting his second look at Tanaka, grounded out to second base in the first inning. 50th pitch for Tanaka. And it's fouled off by Shaw. Red Sox had a 1-0 lead in this game after 1, but Yankees scoring 8 times in the second, 3 more times in the third. There is strike 3. Shaw knew it, takes with him the 3rd strikeout for Tanaka.
You know, Tanaka's got so many pitches, it's hard to really sit on one particular pitch. And generally when you face a guy like that, you got to look fastball and try to adjust to everything else. And that time it was the fastball that beat Shaw.
And 1 down here in the 4th inning brings up Rusney Castillo. Single to right field in the 2nd inning. Castillo jumping on that first pitch and fouling it off to the right out of play. Castillo today getting the start in left field. Getting some work with Arnie Baylor on that left field wall. Trying to get him acclimated over there and see how that goes. Red Sox trying to figure out their future and what the outfield's going to look like as they take a look at some guys at some different spots in the outfield.
And Torrey said this morning it doesn't matter where they play the rest of the season, whether it be on the road or here at Fenway Park. They're going to rotate that outfield as they see fit. Means we'll see Mookie Betts probably at times in left field.
Swing and a miss, just kept going further out there, and he strikes out Castillo. Back-to-back strikeouts for Tanaka.
Yeah, just keep throwing it. You know, if they're going to chase it, you keep throwing it. And that time the chase was on. Throws the slider off the outside part of the plate and not even close to contact for Castillo that time.
Two down here in the 4th brings up Brock Holt. He struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Another curveball, and he misses with that. On the ground to first base, to the backhand goes Bird, racing over to cover is Tanaka for the out that ends the inning. We're through 4 from Fenway, 11-1 New York. As we enter the 5th inning, Greg Bird leading it off, has been on twice. A 2-run home run in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 3rd. Heath Hembree back on the mound for Boston. And the hit here 0-2. He's done a nice job since coming in.
Well, change up that time at 89 miles an hour.
Strike 3 call. Hembree picks up his 3rd K. So he's 4 batters and struck out 3 of them. Let's check in with Garen.
Thanks, Don. As you guys mentioned, Rusney Castillo has been working with Arnie Baylor. I talked to Baylor, and he said that Castillo's been looking really good in left field. Baylor said Castillo's been working really hard, and he spent about a week out there working with Alejandro De Aza. Guys, he said it's a work in progress, but he feels confident that he's ready to be out there.
Well, Arnie's had to work a lot with left fielders this year, and that begins in spring training with Hanley Ramirez, and worked very hard with him during the course of the beginning of the year and during the year, and now trying to break some other guys into left field. Not an easy play to play here in left field, no doubt about it. And Rusney is his newest pupil.
That's repetitions. I mean, that's what it comes down to, getting as much work as you can during batting practice, before batting practice. You're trying to hit as many different angles as you possibly can off that wall, and just hope that that the student receives the message in the proper way. And it is satisfying for coaches when they do see success after they work with a guy for a while at a certain whatever position it may be.
Fly ball foul off to the right. A little bit earlier today, working on that left field and all the caroms, where they come off and what direction. You got so many different things that can happen, Jerry. Just flush off the wall. You got the lower part of the wall. You got the area where the scores are that it kicks off strangely. I mean, there's any number of things that can happen. There's a pop-up and foul ground. Shaw makes the catch right at the railing for the second out.
Yeah, you know, I obviously have never played left field, and I didn't certainly play it at Fenway Park, but I got to believe that the scoreboard's going to be the toughest part to play because there's so many different caroms that it can take off that scoreboard in so many different directions. So that's got to be the most difficult part of the left field wall.
Well, having played left field in spring training as I did this last year, I played it.
No, you're not going to bring that up.
I played the wall at Jet Blue, which is a little bit different than the wall here. Jim Rice reminded me of that very quickly when I told him I had pretty good feel of the left field wall. He said, well, not the one at Fenway. But the one in spring training, the one problem that I had, the biggest problem that I had was the ricochet, even off the flush part. I mean, I just was never quite backed off enough. It always went flying by me very quickly. So I have a real feel for what he's got going there.
I don't know what I'd do, if I had to play out there. I think I'd probably play deep, and which is not probably the right move at Fenway. I think the right move is to play shallow. But I wouldn't be comfortable going back. I want to know that if this contact was made, that it's going to be over my head and off the wall. That way you get in good position to play that carom.
And keep yourself out of harm's way and running into the wall. That would be.
Yeah.
Two down here in the fifth inning. Didi Gregorius. Let that one pass outside.
I got to tell you, though, Don, I can't get all over you for trying to play the outfield in spring training. Yeah. It was not very pretty.
No.
But it wasn't as bad as when I had to play it in a major league game.
I can't even imagine.
It was horrible.
And you had the right equipment. I was wearing boat shoes, which was part of the problem. This is out to deep right field for Gregorius. And at the wall, it's gone. Jackie Bradley Jr. made a bid through the glove up, but could not corral it. It goes into the bullpen. And another home run for New York. That's their fifth of the day. Didi Gregorius continues on his torrid pace. That's his eighth home run of the year. And the Yankees take a 12-1 lead.
Yeah, we mentioned his hitting streak coming in 6 games. It is now 7. He's been on base 3 times. A base hit, a walk, and now this home run. For a second, it looked like Bradley Jr. may be able to make a catch on this, a spectacular catch. But it gets over his glove and into the bullpen. Just ran out of real estate.
And 2 down for Stephen Drew. Has one of the 5 New York home runs today.
Bradley Jr. back to the wall. He's going to crash into that right field wall. You can see it bend right there and just over the top of his glove. But I got to admit, I was never so embarrassed in my life. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I was more embarrassed once at Anaheim Stadium. But that right field experience was just. I mean, hilarious when you look at it now.
Exposed quickly.
Oh, my God. It was terrible.
Line to left center field. That's going to get in for a hit as Betts ranges over to pick it up. He will hold Drew to a single and the 3rd hit of the game for Stephen Drew.
The best part of it was Dwight Evans came in to the after and he said, see, it's not that easy in the outfield. I said, no, I never said it was easy.
Who said it was?
I never said it was easy out there. And, and I found out very quickly that it's not. The only good thing about it was in Cleveland, there was nobody at the game.
Big stadium at the time.
Yeah, there was nobody there, so nobody saw it except the players.
And plus, you were a team guy. They asked you who would play right field, and you ran out there to do it.
Zimmer said, can anybody play right field here? And I didn't see anybody raise their hand, So I said, I put my hand up. I said, I'll go out there. I think I'd hide for an inning,
Yeah.
I couldn't hide for a batter.
Right away.
Right away.
Now 2 down here in the inning. Stephen Drew at first base, held on by Shaw. As Drew gains his lead, he's got 3 hits in this game now. And a swing and a foul tip.
think my most embarrassing moment ever was in Anaheim. The first 2 pitches of the game were hit on the ground to me, and both went through my legs.
You boxed them both?
Both. and I had to lead off the bottom of the first.
Wow,
that was really nice.
That's a tough start to the game.
Yeah, very tough.
I'm guessing at that point you're thinking to yourself, okay, how about no ground balls in my direction for a few mornings till I settle in?
No, I've had enough.
That was it.
That stuff about, oh, come on, hit me the next one. No. I don't have it today. Try somebody else.
It was the 30th pitch of relief for Hembree. It's down to first base to Shaw, who will tag the bag and end the inning. Another Yankees home run. Didi Gregorius puts the Yankees on top 12-1. Of the 5th inning, it's Blake Swihart who leads it off and takes ball 1 down low. Swihart flied out to the warning track in left field in the 2nd inning. Now he sends one down the left field line that is headed foul. MakeNESN.com, your new home for fantasy football news and analysis. Our experts' positional rankings and draft day strategies are sure to help you dominate your league this fall. Visit NESN.com/fantasy for our 2015 draft kit and start chasing that championship today. Greg Breslow, a veteran left-hander up in the Boston pen. Red Sox into the pen early. They get in there in the 2nd inning of this game today. Swihart with a swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. Swihart, Bradley Jr. and Betts to bat in the 5th. Henry Owens chased from this game after an inning and 2/3. He's charged with 5 hits and 7 runs. Grounder foul outside of first.
I'll tell you, Arnie Baylor's had a heck of a homestand down there so far at first base, fielding ground balls.
Nothing's getting by Arnie.
No, I mean, he looks really good going after him. Playing the hops properly.
One-two pitch carved foul off to the left out of play. 4 in a row retired by Tanaka, working here into the 5th inning with a big lead and working towards the bottom of the Red Sox order. 4 strikeouts, has not walked anybody through the first 4 innings. In the air to right field and struck well back towards the bullpen, and it's off the wall. Ricochet played by Beltran, but into second base was good power out to right center is Blake Swihart.
Now that's now a 5-game hitting streak for Swihart. They want to go inside. They get it a little bit inside, and Swihart's able to clean it out. Gets the barrel of the bat into the baseball and puts it off near the wall up there near the Red Sox bullpen. I think Beltran thought that ball might have been out of the ballpark, and eventually he gets over to field it off the wall.
Leadoff double here for Swihart brings up Jackie Bradley Jr. Fly ball center field. Brett Gardner looking up into the sun. Makes the catch for the first out. Swihart tagging, heading for third. He will get there standing. Game break is brought to you by Jordan's. Let's check in with Tom Karen. All right, Tom, thanks very much. Blake Swihart at third base with 1 down here in the 5th inning. And Mookie Betts, the batter, 1 for 2 in the ballgame, doubled in the first. There's a fly ball to right field. Carlos Beltran is there to make the catch. Tagging and heading homeward is Swihart. Here comes the throw, and it'll be late. Blake Swihart able to get in with his second Red Sox run. A sac fly for Betts. It's now 12-2 New York.
That ball was not hit that deep by Mookie Betts, and when I saw Swihart tag up, I said, "Uh-oh," but it was not even close at all. Beltran tracks it out there in right field, momentum coming in toward home plate, but Swihart has no problem scoring from third base. Fighting that sun.
Two down, bases empty, and now Pablo Sandoval, the hitter. Sandoval grounding out to short in the first, grounding out to short again in the third. Both times Didi Gregorius up to the task. One is popped up, foul ground, back comes Murphy. He's got to play, and he makes it. Well, the Red Sox get a run in the fifth. We played 5. It's 12-2 New York. Over the Red Sox as Alan Craig just called up yesterday, takes over in right field defensively. Moving from right to center, Jackie Bradley Jr. And the new pitcher into the game is Craig Breslow. Breslow into his 40th game of the year, 0-3 with a 4.25 ERA. Dealing with Chris Young to begin things here in the top half of the 6th inning. Breslow becoming the 4th arm used by Torey Lovello today. Ground ball to deep short. Bogaerts goes up into the air to make the throw, and it'll pull Shaw off the bag as Young will reach on the infield hit.
They know he has the rush because Young does run very well down that first baseline, and there was really no time for Bogaerts to plant and throw to first base. He had to kind of make this desperation throw, and you can see Young getting down that line with no problem. If he plants and throws, he still doesn't get him.
So Young, an infield hit to start things here in the 6th inning, brings up Alex Rodriguez. A-Rod is grounded out to third, single to left, and struck out. Twelve runs, 11 hits, no errors for New York. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Red Sox. A little trouble with the signage out there on the wall. So the relievers helping out to make sure that JetBlue stays up.
That's always a good thing when JetBlue stays.
I need some more tape, something. I don't know. Yes. It's a tape issue, I think. Robbie Ross Jr. will figure it out. Noe Ramirez. 2-1 pitches outside. Well, now it's on the field. It's just kind of hanging.
Yeah, they really are going to have to do something about that.
Yep. There's a pop-up foul off to the right, and a full count now to Alex Rodriguez. So here we go.
I don't know. What do you think that's going to work down?
Maybe for a few minutes.
I don't know. I think
Robbie thinks he's got it figured out. He's going to hold it for now, and then he needs another one up there, he thinks. Ground crew trying to help out.
I mean, I bet that sign's pretty heavy.
Swing and a miss. Alex Rodriguez strikes out. That's the first out of the 6th inning. Breslow gets him.
Cut fastball that time from Breslow to get Rodriguez. Second time he has struck out. First time was on a breaking ball. This time the cut fastball inside part of the plate.
One out, one on for Carlos Beltran. Struck out in the 2nd inning, homered in the 2nd. Also flied out to right in the 4th. 11 members of the Yankees batted in the 2nd inning, an 8-run inning. They would add 3 in the third, 1 more in the fifth. It's been a 5 home run day, and Beltran has one of those home runs for New York. Now he hits a one hopper to Bogaerts to second for 1 on to first for 2. The double play ends the top of the 6th inning. 12-2 New York. Terms for terms and conditions and privacy policy. I say yes.
I'm going to say yes too. Still got Yankee Stadium to go to. You got the Toronto where he hits a lot of home runs. I'm going to say yes.
Still got to go to the Trop. He likes that place too.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Xander Bogaerts will take a strike. A ball and a strike here to Xander, who leads it off in the home half of the 6th inning. Bogaerts, Ortiz, and Shaw. Red Sox getting their runs, 1 in the 1st inning on a double by Ortiz and a sac fly by Mookie Betts. In the 5th inning scored Blake Swihart. There's a fly ball hit well to left field, and that ball is going to go into the monster seats, a home run. Xander Bogaerts gets his 5th home run of the year. Red Sox grab their 3rd run of the day.
Bogaerts gets a split-fingered fastball that stays middle in, not exactly where Tanaka wanted that. And, you know, Don, I've talked before about this, and I think those are the pitches in the future that Bogaerts in certain counts is going to look for and hit more home runs. I really expect him to be a double-digit home run a year guy. But that comes with some experience, too. When to look for those pitches middle in, depending on the count.
Now, for every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Alltown is New England's premier healthier convenience retailer. The 0-1 to Big Papi. And he takes it down low. David doubled in the 1st inning, flied out to center in the 3rd. That double in the 1st produced his 81st RBI of the season. Fouls it off, 1-2. Home run allowed by Tanaka, first that he is allowed today. A little bit low, 2-2. And shifting in the infield per usual here are the Yankees on Ortiz. Second baseman Stephen Drew in short right field. And a swing and a miss. Ortiz strikes out. That's the 5th strikeout for Tanaka. 1 down.
I think that slider that time to David Ortiz, either a cut fastball or a slider. It was 85 miles an hour. Looks like more of a slider that time. And Ortiz out in front of that off-speed pitch.
And 1 out here in the 6th inning brings up Travis Shaw. Shaw 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second base, struck out looking. Shifting on Shaw. They keep it tight to the infield, though. A little different shift than what you just saw for David Ortiz. There's a breaking ball to left. Young will get there to make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Well, Celebrity Cruise is the official cruise line of the Red Sox. Join Louis Tion, Jim Rice, Steve Lyons, and more on January 9th as they sail the Caribbean on Celebrity's 2016 Red Sox Fan Cruise. Space is limited. Call 1-888-727-4907 or contact your travel agent today. Two down in the sixth inning. Rusney Castillo, the batter. He has singled and struck out. Grounder foul outside of third. He pitches right now for Tanaka with 2 outs here in the sixth inning. Line to center field, but right at Gardner, who makes the catch to end the inning. A home run for Xander Bogaerts. Red Sox. 12-3. The Yankees have the lead over the Red Sox. Top half of the seventh inning. Chase Headley leading it off and taking a pitch high. Frank Breslow into his second inning of relief. Headley walked in the second, grounded to short in the second inning, and then struck out in the fourth. Breslow, who allowed an infield hit last inning, ended up getting a double play and a strikeout to get out of the sixth pretty quickly. Red Sox bullpen's been a part of this game since the second inning. Henry Owens today, the starter, lasted just an inning and 2/3 and gave up 7 runs. There's a base hit into center field for Chase Headley. Well, it's time now for the Coors Banquet Timeless Moment. 14 years ago today, Red Sox pinch hitter Carl Everett single with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the bottom of the ninth to break up Mike Mussina's bid for a perfect game. It was a Sunday night here at Fenway Park. Yankees right-hander beat the Red Sox 1-0 for his 4th career one-hitter, but it was broken up by Everett. And on the other side of that was David Cone pitching for the Red Sox that night. 8 1/3 innings, 8 strikeouts for Coney in that game. Great guy, great pitcher, great competitor, David Cone. Now part of the Yankees broadcast, along with another former Red Sox player, John Flaherty, and of course Michael Kay. One pitch is going to get away from Swihart. No advance at first base by Headley.
Now, we was somewhere. Was it Toronto that we were in that night?
I felt like I was home watching that game, to be honest with you. So I think we were home. It was an ESPN game on Sunday night, but I believe I was home. You might have gone ahead. I don't know.
I thought we traveled ahead, and so was watching that on TV somewhere on the road. I think it might have been in Toronto.
1-1 pitch is going to miss. Greg Bird, the batter, is homered, walked, and struck out. And a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, maybe I was home. I don't know.
You might not have been. I don't know.
I just see myself sitting in a hotel room watching that.
You've done that a lot over the last 28 odd years.
Yeah. A lot of hotels.
Yeah. There's a ground ball back up the middle into center field for Bird. A base hit, and the first 2 Yankees have reached here in the 7th inning.
I mean, he's been on base 3 times. It cost a 2-run home run back in the second, a walk in the third, strikeout, now the base hit. So back-to-back singles, Headley, Bird. Yankees picking up their 13th hit of the day against Red Sox pitching. Fastball right down in the nice sweet spot for a left-handed hitter right there, and back up the middle goes Bird.
That's twice the fun at Irving Oil. Every weekend through September the 7th, get double the Pump Up the Fun game tickets for even more chances to win in the Irving Oil $5 million summer giveaway. Visit a participating Irving Oil for details. 2-1, nobody out. John Ryan Murphy, the batter. He homered in the second inning. Since then, has flied to right, fouled out to the first baseman. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Well, they just told me in the truck that the next game was home against Cleveland, so I guess I was down in Toronto.
What are you doing in Toronto in a hotel?
Good
I want to know.
Don't tell anybody.
I think we got a story here. So you put in for a hotel you weren't at? 1-1 pitch is grounded foul.
For some reason, I had to be another game then.
Yeah.
But I swear we were on the road, and I thought it was Canada.
You were in America, as it turns out, in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I was at home watching it on TV. So
yeah, I remember being home for it. I do. I remember watching it on ESPN. I know we didn't do it. That much I know. But I don't remember being in a hotel in Toronto.
That's the second time I've said that, too, because we've had that flashback before.
1-2 pitch is in the air to right field. Craig is coming in, and Allen will get there for the first out. You know, Jerry, when I was playing left field in spring training, as I watched Craig come in, I noticed the traction he got with his cleats. I think the biggest problem that I had was that I didn't have cleats. I don't own a pair of cleats. And I have boat shoes, and that's the reason that I went with the boat shoes in spring training, and that was part of the problem. But look at the ups here. Look at the extension, the boiler. It's all working.
I got to ask you a question. Now,
hold on. That was a good catch. A little, not as graceful. This was trouble. I could tell right away.
That was trouble right
Trouble.
there.
Oh, we're in trouble. A lot of trouble.
Boat
face plant with the boat shoes in the air. Here's a ground ball right side. Holt will go to second for one. It's on to first, and it's not in time. So Bird is retired 4-6 on the force out, as Headley will take third base, and we'll see if they challenge this or not.
I thought they had the double play on first look. Let's take a look on replay. Bogart's coming across that bag, and the throw to first base. Is it in time? Maybe not.
Beat it out.
Now that ball that you caught up against the wall.
Yes.
Was that hit or was that lobbed?
It was hit.
I doubt
Driven.
That doesn't look like it.
I think it was off the bat of Shane Victorino, if I'm not mistaken. I got a really good look at it. I ducked back very quickly, and I timed my leap.
Watch the speed of the baseball, though. It seems to me like somebody's flipping you the baseball.
No, it was. In fact, it was slicing away from me at the time. Had a whole new appreciation for left-handed hitters slicing it out in that direction, and everything kind of going away. It's the center field. Bradley Jr.'s got this under control, and it will end the inning. We are at the 7th inning stretch mark. 12-3. The Yankees have the lead. It's not pretty. It's retired. A new right fielder, the major league debut for Rico Noel, into the game now for New York. Takes over for Carlos Beltran in right. And it'll bring up Blake Swihart with one down. Swihart has flied out to the warning track and left, doubled and scored in the ball game today. Andrew Bailey, former Red Sox right-hander, up in the pen right now for New York. One of the September call-ups for the Yankees. Connecticut native. 1-0. There's a swing and a foul tip.
Now, Tanaka's been pretty good today. You have to be impressed with what he's done against the Red Sox, giving up only 6 hits in the game. Doesn't throw at that same velocity that we saw a year ago. A good job mixing up his pitches.
Tanaka's pitching line brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 6 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs. Hasn't walked anybody. 5 Ks. Had some long waits. And this team's putting together 12 runs and 13 hits. Has not adversely affected him though today. Tired 8 of the last 9. Swihart thought about it but holds off, and it's a full count. So Dustin Ackley is going to be coming into this game as well. He's coming from the Mariners to the Yankees. We'll have some changes late in this game with the score as it is 12-3. The Yankees on top today, and they've been in control of this game from very early on. Under foul. Ace Ticket has great deals on Red Sox tickets for the games against the Phillies in Toronto this weekend, with tickets starting at only $12. Ace also has great deals on all Patriots and Boston Bruins games. Visit aceticket.com. 90th pitch for Tanaka, fouled off to the left out of play.
Tanaka not very happy with that last splitter there. It didn't do very much. Stayed up in the zone. It was away though, and Swihart fouling it off.
Pulls it over foul, still 3-2.
That goes right back to the split-fingered fastball down in the zone that time, and once again the foul ball. Goes right back to it. This time it is down and topped by Swihart.
Ball 4, and Swihart works a one-out walk. That was the first walk given up by Tanaka today. And here comes Joe Girardi with one out in the 7th inning, going to make the change. So Tanaka closer, and Andrew Bailey this year spending the year in the minors. 28 games, 3-0 with a 1.80 ERA. 42 strikeouts, 11 walks. Opponent sitting at 202 against Bailey. He was called up yesterday as part of the September call-ups for the Yankees, and into the game here in the 7th with one out and Blake Swihart at first base. It's Jackie Bradley Jr., the batter. He'll take ball 1 inside. Bailey had been signed to a major league contract, selected by the Yankees from Scranton Wilkes-Barre on Tuesday. Yankees debut and his first appearance in the majors since 2013 with the Red Sox. As this one is fouled off by Bradley very defensively on a pitch up and in. So Bailey worked his way back, began the season at Single A Tampa, and spent time at Double A and Triple A. Spent time in spring training as a non-roster invitee by the Yankees. 206 career major league relief appearances with the Oakland A's and the Red Sox. Now the Yankees. And a foul off to the left. Up high to Bradley, and it is now 2-2. Andrew Bailey, born in New Jersey, resides in Madison, Connecticut during the offseason. Named the AL Rookie of the Year for the Oakland A's. An All-Star in 2009, 2010. 2-2 pitch. He'll miss down and in. Up high, ball 4, and he walks Jackie Bradley Jr. Red Sox have 2 on now with 1 out in the inning. Well, tune into Bruins Summer Face-Off live tonight. After our Red Sox coverage, Billy Jaffe and Andy Brickley will break down the Bruins' depth on the blue line. You'll hear from the team captains. Bruins Summer Face-Off live is presented by New England Nissan dealers.
Depth down the blue line, does that mean defense?
Yes. Yeah. Very good. You are.
Right.
I'm telling you. You've come a long way with your hockey knowledge.
You're not kidding.
It's incredible. All you used to say all the time was you got a back check.
Yeah. And
that was it. And then
skate your lane.
Skate your lane. That's another good one.
Yeah.
Up and down your wing. So 2 on, 1 out. And here is Alan Craig returning to the Red Sox. That's in the spot that Mookie Betts had been in this game. Betts coming out as Bradley Jr. moved into center, and Alan Craig now into right. Outside, ball 2, 2-0, and now Murphy out to talk to Bailey.
You really think about it, it's incredible. Alan Craig making his first at bat at the big leagues this season after spending all of the year down at AAA Pawtucket. Guy that just a couple of years ago was a star player with the St. Louis Cardinals.
1 out, runners at first and second.
Actually started the season with the Red Sox, then back to Pawtucket, and now back for the month of September. But it's amazing. You know, I don't think he ever recovered from that ankle injury that he had.
Never seemed to be right in a Red Sox uniform after some very good years with the St. Louis Cardinals. The 3-0 pitch. And that's in there for a strike. 3-1. Played 93 games for the Pawtucket Red Sox this year between first base and right field. Played in left field as well. Fouls it off to the right. Bailey battles back to make it a full count. More action for New York in the pen. The left-hander Justin Wilson up in the pen. Big inning in this game. The Yankees scoring 8 times in the second inning. They'd had 3 in the third. And have a 12-3 lead over the Red Sox right now. Boston batting in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fly ball foul off to the right, out of play. Get immediate care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station behind Section 12 in the lower concourse. The IDMC is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. In the dirt, ball 4, and Bailey walks back-to-back batters. 3 walks in a row, and the Red Sox have the bases loaded. And Larry Rothschild coming out, the pitching coach here for New York. One down, bases loaded. Pablo Sandoval will be the next batter. Meeting breaks up. Well, Friday at 5:30, don't miss. Friday night, Fenway presented by Budweiser. TC will have an exclusive interview with Torey Lovello. And remember to join Budweiser at Cask and Flagon before every Red Sox home game in September for a chance to be selected as the Budweiser fan of the game. Budweiser, brewed the hard way. Bases loaded, 1 out. Sandoval takes a curveball in there for a strike.
And Bailey trying something different. Could get his fastball over the plate, so goes to the breaking ball.
This one fouled off to the left, out of play, and Pablo's down 0-2.
Then back to the cut fastball, that time down in the zone. Little cut on it, down and sliced away by Sandoval.
Fouled off over by the on deck circle. Swihart at third base, Bradley Jr. at second base, Craig at first base with one out in the seventh inning. In the air to center field. Gardner headed over to right center to make the catch. Tagging is Swihart. He will score. Tagging is Bradley. He'll take third base. And it's now 12-4. Yankees on top. Sandoval with a sac fly.
And from a Yankees point of view, they'll just take an out right there and gladly give up a run to get the second out of the inning. Sandoval picks up the RBI, his 44th of the season with the fly ball at center field.
Two down in the inning for Xander Bogaerts. Xander struck out looking in the first inning, single to center in the third, homered in the sixth inning. Going away for ball one. Tanaka charged with that run, so he is charged with 4 runs in 6 1/3 innings, 6 hits, a walk and 5 Ks. Tanaka in line for his 11th win of the year, came in individually at 10-6 into today's outing. Right now it is Bradley at third, Craig at first. 2 outs here in the home half of the 7th inning. On that outside corner for a strike. Sliced foul down the right field line, out of play. H.B. Hood salutes the Red Sox Foundation's commitment to 4,900 accredited charities throughout New England. Bradley Jr. at third base. Alan Craig at first base. 2 down here in the 7th inning. 2-2 pitch coming to Xander Bogaerts. And he lines it into right field for a base hit. From third comes Bradley Jr. with the 5th Red Sox run. It's now 12-5. So Bogaerts with his 3rd hit of the day.
It's amazing, you know. It seems like any time he wants, he can get a base hit to the opposite field. That's what it looks like. I mean, he gets 2 strikes on him, takes that fastball away, and just perfect swing to the opposite field. Puts it on a line. Up over the head of Alan Craig, and Red Sox now at 5 runs on the board. Trail it by 7.
And Joe Girardi coming out here. They announced Sandy Leon as a pinch hitter for David Ortiz, and going to make the change here is Girardi on Andrew Bailey. So that is the day for Bailey. 12-5. Yankees have the lead. Sandy Leon pinch hitting here in David Ortiz's spot. And taking strike 1 from the new Yankees pitcher. Left-hander to the game, Justin Wilson, his 61st appearance, 4-0 with a 3.19 ERA. 51 strikeouts, 18 walks. Opponents hitting at .231 against Wilson. Leon batting with runners at first and second. And a pop-up foul off to the right, out of play, and it is 0-2.
And Wilson, a guy that came over from Pittsburgh for Francisco Cervelli, the Pest. I used to call him the Pest when he was at the Yankees.
Yeah. Well, he was in the Red Sox season series. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, he was.
An unsuccessful return here today for Andrew Bailey to the major leagues. Went to third of an inning, giving up a hit, walk two. Leon lifts it to left field where Chris Young runs in and grabs it to end the inning. Red Sox get 2 runs through 7. It's 12-5 New York. Grounded out. This is the 3rd inning of relief for Breslow. And here's a liner to left center field. Gets down, back towards the track and the wall. Gardner, the second base without a problem, standing with a leadoff double to begin things here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, lefty against lefty. Gardner was not going to wait around. First fastball he sees from Breslow, he puts in that gap in left center field. Fastball away like it was supposed to be, but very good hitting by Gardner right there. And he splits the defense, runs it to the wall, and picks up the leadoff double.
Now Chris Young, the batter. 2 hits on the day. The Yankees have banged out 14 as a team. More action for the Red Sox in the pen. Alexia Gondo warming up. Same spot, a little bit low apparently, 2-0.
Almost the exact same spot as the first one, and consistent as Vanover behind the plate.
3-0. Alex Rodriguez waiting on deck. Yankees batting here in the top of the 8th inning. There's a strike, 3-1. Breslow has not allowed a run since coming into the game. He's allowed 4 hits. And ball 4. So the first 2 Yankees have reached here in the 8th inning. Let's have a check out the results of today's Dunkin' Donuts poll question. We asked, will David Ortiz reach 500 career home runs this season? Overwhelmingly 88% yes. 5 home runs shy right now. Done for the day today. Pinch hit for by Sandy Leon. Alex Rodriguez the batter with 2 on, nobody out here in the 8th. Strike 1. He struck out against Breslow back in the 6th inning.
They got him on a cut fastball back in the 6th inning. Sun going away now. Rodriguez taking off those glasses to hit.
Fouled at the plate. He's down 0-2. Noel on deck, getting ready for his first major league at bat. To the count to Alex Rodriguez with 2 on, nobody out here in the 8th. Fouls it back and out of play. Well, tonight at 10 on NESN Sports Today, Adam Pellerin and Lisa Hillary will have the latest on Deflategate and preview the Patriots' last preseason game against the Giants. NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do. On the ground, back to the mound. Breslow will go to second for 1, on to first for 2. Double play. Nicely done. Breslow getting it to second, and then Holt on to first.
Yeah, well executed by Craig Breslow as he's falling off toward third base, able to reach out with that glove hand. A good feed to second base to Holt, and Holt turns it over. That's a good setup by Breslow. No panic in that.
Second double play turned today by Boston. 2 down here in the inning with Gardner at third base. And looks like Noel is going to be called back. So he was about to make his first major league appearance at the plate. But instead it'll be Jose Perillo who comes in to appear here for the Yankees. And Torey Lovullo running out here to make the change after the introduction. Oh, hold on. We'll see here. He's not yet made the move. Looks like a strategy conversation more than anything else. Gonna stay with him.
Maybe, excuse me, maybe a little scouting report on Perella. Additional work with the call-ups. Well, still waiting for his first major league at bat, right?
It was so close.
Yeah,
almost close.
Almost got to the batter's box.
Now Perella at 212 with a home run, 4 runs batted in. Brett Gardner at third base, 2 down here in the 8th inning. Fouled back, and it's a ball and a strike. More action for New York. Brian Mitchell, a right-hander, is up. Gary Tuck, the bullpen coach for the Yankees, former Red Sox bullpen coach, of course, and catching instructor for a number of years in Boston. Foul back, 1-2. Well, Friday at 6, don't miss. Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC Eck and Steve Lyons will analyze David Ortiz's pursuit of 500 career home runs. Fouled off again. Another pitch away. Fastball at 92.
Everything so far has been away from Perella. Trying to get him to chase that high fastball on the last pitch. He did, but fouled it off.
On the ground and diving at third base is Sandoval. Gets up, the throw is going to be late, and the run will score. Well, Perella with too much speed down that first base line.
Yeah, good hustle by Perella, because that was a very nice play by Sandoval diving, and it looked like by the time he got up he was going to have a chance to make a play. Then I looked at the runner, and the runner was really far down that line. Very good speed by Perella getting down that line.
Well, Torey Lovullo out there to make the change now. Another run for New York. Yankees have a 13-5 lead. And Perella beating it out.
And making the safe call by himself.
Pitching change from Fenway. Back at Fenway Park, where Alexei Agondo comes into the game for Boston here in the 8th inning. Agondo's 54th appearance, 2-0 with a 3.76 ERA, 46 strikeouts in 55 innings. Opponent sitting at 239 against Agondo. Takes over for Craig Breslow, ended up going 2 2/3 innings. Breslow responsible for Perella, the runner at first base. 1-0 is grounded foul off the bat of Chase Headley. Breslow went 2 2/3, 5 hits. So far charged with 1 run. He walked a batter and struck out a batter. Logged some important innings for the Red Sox. Red Sox been in the bullpen since the 2nd inning. Into the shift on the right side. Brock Holt in right field will throw out Headley and end the inning. Yankees add a run, take a 13-5 lead. Field. Perella staying in the game now in left field after he pinch hit. The pitcher for New York as well as Travis Shaw stands in and takes strike one from Brian Mitchell. 13th appearance, 0-1 with a 3.86 earned run average, 22 strikeouts, 7 walks. And opponents hitting at 274 against Mitchell. Shaw down 0-2. Shaw today 0 for 3. He's grounded out to second base, struck out looking, and lined out to left. Into right field, a base hit for Travis Shaw to begin things here in the bottom of the 8th. Well, as promised earlier in the game, we have selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game. Tweet your photos now, brought to you by T-Mobile. Travis Shaw on with a base hit to begin things here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting by Shaw. He got a breaking ball down in the zone, maybe out of the zone, and still hooks it for the base hit.
Curveball in there for strike one. Steele with a single to right field in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th, lined out to center field sharply in the 6th inning. Cole waiting on deck. Red Sox batting here in the 8th. Trailing by 8 runs. There is strike 2. Foul back, still 1-2. 13 runs, 15 hits. No errors for New York. 5 runs, 8 hits. No errors for Boston. Line to right and in for a base hit. Up to second base goes Travis Shaw. Red Sox with back-to-back hits to begin things here in the 8th.
That's what happens. The high breaking ball's right there. I mean, Castillo stays on it, picks up his 2nd hit of the day, and lines it to right field for the base hit. That just hanging up. That had hit me written all over it.
Two on, nobody out. Brock Holt coming up, 0 for 3 today. And struck out looking, grounded out to first. Lined out to center. There's strike 1 to Holt. Fouled off into the seats very quickly. 0-2. For Friday at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC Eck and Steve Lyons will preview the Red Sox next series against the Phillies. DCU Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Going to the count to Brock Holt. Gets the arms out of the way on a pitch up and in. Travis Shaw single to right to begin the inning. Rusney Castillo singling to right. 2 on, nobody out. And a 1-2 pitch coming up here to Brock Holt. Check swing and a ball in the dirt. Did he go? No, says Ron Culpa, third base umpire. 2-2 wrap foul. We'll do it again. Be sure to follow Nesson on Instagram today to see all things behind the scenes this Red Sox season, and be there as the Bruins gear up for the puck drop. Follow Nesson at Instagram.com/Nesson. 2 on, nobody out here in the 8th. Brock Holt battling with a count of 2-2. Up and away, full count. I've been 0-2, but now it's 3-2.
This last inning or so hasn't gone exactly the way Joe Girardi had it mapped out.
Bailey ineffective. Justin Wilson faced just one batter. Now Brian Mitchell. Payoff pitch. And it's to center field. Gardner started in, but now goes back to make the catch for the first out of the inning. So Holt with solid contact, but right in the neighborhood of Brett Gardner out there in center field. One out, 2 on, and here is Blake Swihart. He was flat out to the warning track and left, doubled and scored, walked and scored. In there for a strike over the outside corner as Swihart looking back. Interesting note from Alex Spear, the Boston Globe. Swihart leads all Major League catchers in average since the break. 341. 6th in OPS. Another strike and it's 0-2.
Swihart questioning in the last call, thinking the pitch was outside the breaking ball.
Oh, 0-2 the count, 1 down in the inning. He may have gone around and is taken off for third base. Didn't go. And the runner is moving up. So second and third now. Wild pitch charge to Mitchell.
I don't think there's any question he checked his swing on this. And it hits Van over the home plate umpire. Then they asked for help on the third base line on whether he did swing. The answer was no, he didn't. Both guys move up a base. I think that's the correct call right there. I don't think he did offer it that one.
1 out, runners at second and third. Like Swihart with a count of 1-2. And he sends it to center field. Gardner coming in, but it's going to fall for a hit. From third comes Shaw. Castillo will be stopped, and it's now 13-6. So Swihart with his second hit of the day and an RBI.
A double for him back in the 5th inning. The single here, third single of the season, inning for the Red Sox. And the out was a line drive out. Like a cut fastball that time that he takes into center field, drops in front of Gardner, run scores. Once again, a call goes down to the Yankee bullpen.
Yeah, Joe Girardi didn't want to have to do this.
I think he's seen enough for what's going on here in the last couple of innings, and it's time to go to the big guys.
Ellen Betances warming up in the pen now. Have a son or daughter who wants to learn more about baseball or the Red Sox? Visit NessonClubhouse.com. It has videos, games, and a whole lot more. It's fun, free, and easy to use. Visit NessonClubhouse.com today. One out. Runners at first and third, and Jackie Bradley Jr. will take a strike on that outside corner. Borderline at best. Rusney Castillo at third base. Blake Swihart at first base. Chop through the right side into right field. A base hit. From third comes Castillo. Heading for third is Swihart, and now it's 13-7.
Now Bradley now extends a hitting streak to 4 games as he picks up his first hit of the day. Walked last time up. Big high bounce over the first baseman Bird's head.
Alan Craig coming up here, his second plate appearance. He walked in the 7th inning. First and third with 1 out here in the Boston 8th inning. Red Sox have scored 5 times in the last 3 innings. And Craig takes a fastball up and in at 96 miles an hour. Grabs his attention. Swihart at third, Bradley at first.
Haven't seen too many fastballs from Mitchell, and that time up and in with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Inside again, 95.
Two 2-0 to Craig. Inside, 3-0. On the phone again to the pen, checking on Betances to see if he's ready yet. Hasn't been up very long. Three-0 pitch. There's a strike, and it's 3-1, almost the same spot as the ball. Pablo Sandoval on deck. Still only 1 out here in the 8th. Craig takes ball 4 and the bases are loaded. And there comes Joe Girardi. Ryan Mitchell so far giving up 2 runs in the inning. He'll depart with 1 out and the bases loaded. Pitching change from Fenway. Devin and Dylan Betances into the game. His 61st appearance. 6-3 with a 1.31 earned run average. 68 2/3, 108 strikeouts. Opponent sitting at 148 against Betances. Pablo Sandoval coming up in a bases loaded 1 out situation.
Those who've seen Betances before, he's got that curveball and also a very hard fastball.
Fly ball, foul off to the left, out of play.
It's not Sandoval off with 2 breaking balls. How about that?
Far and away the leader in strikeouts for relievers.
108 strikeouts working out of that bullpen for Betances. Curveball again, and that time fouled off. So it's back-to-back curveballs to Sandoval.
Outside for ball 2.
Fastball at 97.
So this is the 3rd time the Yankees have scored 12 or more runs this year. And all 3 times Tanaka's been on the mound for Joe Girardi. But things have gotten a little more interesting here for Joe as the game has gone on.
Now, he can't be real happy right now with the work of his bullpen, obviously. They thought he had this one obviously in the bag, and all of a sudden he's got to go to a guy that I'm certain he didn't want to have to use today.
Three and one the count. Bases filled with Red Sox. One out here in the eighth. Strike called right at the bottom of the zone.
Just barely catching the bottom of the strike zone with the last fastball. The run it to 3-2.
Strike three call. That was nasty.
Yeah, that's not fair. You know, a 3-2 breaking ball. I mean, he's not afraid to throw this pitch at any time. Throws it on the 3-2 count with the bases loaded. That following a fastball that was about 98 miles an hour. And all Sandoval can say is, wow. She's not happy.
Better be careful, going to get ejected. Two down here as Xander Bogaerts stands in and takes strike one. Xander singled in the third, homered in the sixth, singled in the seventh. Time call. Bogaerts stepping out. Driven foul down the right field line, out of play. Brett Gardner, the center fielder, over towards right center field. And way off the line and left is Perella. Time called again. In the dirt and amazingly picked up by Murphy.
How did he catch that? How in the world did Ryan Murphy catch that ball? A breaking ball. I mean, he'd make a pretty good goalie, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Elected not to go to the backhand there, just sliding over.
Yeah.
Again, this time he does go to the backhand. 2-2.
Tried a couple of curveballs away from Bogaerts and bounces both of them. This time to the backhand. First time the forehand. Should be Bruins 2, Montreal nothing, but it's not the case.
Kansas taking a lot of time here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sandy Leon waiting on deck. To shortstop, and Gregorius to second base, where Drew gets there just in time for the force out that ends the inning. Red Sox get 2 back. It's 13-7 New York. Alexia Gondo, who got the final out of the 8th inning, back out there for the 9th. Greg Bird leading it off, hitting a high fly ball to right field. Alan Craig out there in right. And he'll make the catch for the first out of the 9th inning. Well, Bob's Discount Furniture goes to bat for the Jimmy Fund again this year. Bob will donate $1,000 to the Jimmy Fund for every game saved this season. Everybody saves at Bob's. Bob's Discount Furniture, quality, choice, and value. Learn more at mybobs.com. One out in the ninth inning brings up John Ryan Murphy. He homered back in the second inning. As the Yankees went back to back, Greg Bird with a 2-run shot, then John Ryan Murphy with a solo shot. 1 for 4 day for the Yankees catcher. Lifts it foul, out of play off to the right. Right-hander up now, Caleb Cotham in the pen for the Yankees. On the ground to shortstop. Bogarts plays the high hop. Throws out Murphy, and there are 2 down in the ninth inning. Well, Didi Gregorius coming up here now. Gregorius with a couple of hits, a single and a home run. Yankees with a 5-home run attack here today against Boston. Doing the bulk of their damage. Back in the second inning, they scored 8 times. On top now 13-7 as they bat with 2 outs in the ninth inning. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike.
I was thinking, Don, when Betances out there, I wonder how the Yankees came to the decision to have Betances be the setup guy and Miller the closer. You know, I mean, you can flip those guys around either way.
Either or. Well, so far, so good the way it's worked out. In the air to left field, Castillo is out there waiting, and that'll put an end to the top of the ninth inning. On to the bottom of the ninth. It's 13-7 New York. Appearance without a record, a 9.82 ERA, 5 strikeouts, no walks. Opponent's hitting at .421 against the right-hander. Sandy Leon leading it off. Cotham, the 6th pitcher used by the Yankees today. Well, the closer up, Andrew Miller. One pitch. And Leon with a swing and a miss on a pitch down and in.
A cut fastball that time to pick up the swing and miss for Sandy Leon. You can see Shaw on deck.
Frame there by Murphy, but it is outside. 2-2.
Earlier in the count, that pitch was a strike. That time, not a strike, and shouldn't have been a strike. It was off the outside part of the plate.
Fly ball center field. Brett Gardner going back at the wall. It is off the bottom of the wall. Gardner will get it towards second base, and into second base sliding is Sandy Leon with a leadoff double to begin the bottom of the ninth.
That ball really took off the bat of Leon. I didn't think it was going to carry as far as it did, but then Gardner turned around, and all you could see was his back as he's chasing it down in center field. Leon, who came into the game for David Ortiz, picks up the double here to lead off the ninth inning.
So a double to get it started. Here is Travis Shaw now standing in. A single his last time up. Fouls it backhand out of play. Shaw the single, run scored in the 8th inning. In the air, foul off to the left, out of play. 0-2 now to Shaw. Rusney Castillo waiting on deck. Red Sox batting here in the bottom of the ninth. Inside, and it's 1-2. "13 runs, 15 hits, no errors for New York. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors for Boston." 2-2. Two pitch. And it's fouled off again to the left. Outfield deep end straight away here on Shaw. Coughlin with a 2-2 pitch. Shaw hits a fly ball towards left center field. Pretty well hit. This will be back and off the scoreboard. Round from second comes Leone. He'll score. Shaw's got an RBI double. And now it is 13-8. Yankees on top. Here comes Joe Girardi. Nothing easy about this today for Joe Girardi.
Now, you know, as big a lead as he's got in this game, and he has to go to his closer, he can't be a very happy man right now.
Pitching Rusney Castillo. Castillo 2 for 4 in the ball game. And a ground ball deep short. Gregorius with a long throw, and he's going to get Castillo. Nice play by Didi Gregorius.
Yeah, he really did make a nice play there. Shows some great range going to his right, and then a nice pick at first base also by Greg Bird. For a while, I didn't think he was even going to throw this ball to first base as far away as he was, but he gets him in plenty of time on that one hop.
One out, runner at second base, and it brings up Brock Holt. And a pitch for a strike over the outside corner. Andrew Miller was able to secure the save in last night's game. Comes in here and non-save situation, just trying to finish it off for the Yankees. Gets the first out of the inning. As Holt will take a strike, and he is now down 0-2. Travis Shaw at second base, one out in the ninth. Line right back off the legs of Andrew Miller, stays with it and fires to first for out number 2. Well, a hot shot right back at him. They will check on Andrew Miller.
That had to sting a little bit for Andrew Miller. Saying he's okay right now to his manager Joe Girardi, but right off the back of the leg it looked like he got himself turned around. And unfortunately for the Red Sox, the ball just rolls right in front of him so he can get that out of first base.
Well, Travis Shaw took third on the play, 2 down in the inning. And Blake Swihart, the batter, he has flied out to left, doubled, walked, and singled. Batting here with 2 outs in the ninth inning. And taking ball 1. Pitches high, and it's 2-0.
A long day for Joe Girardi.
Inside, and Miller now falling behind, 3-0. Wonder how that leg is feeling right now as Jackie Bradley Jr. waits on deck. There's a strike right at the top of the zone.
That takes a little bit off the fastball at 93 that time just to get a strike.
Swing and a miss, full count. Inside, ball 4, and down to first base goes Swihart. So Red Sox staying alive here in the ninth.
A little surprised to see Miller go to the breaking ball in that situation. 3-2 count, 2 outs. Pretty good size lead. I thought he'd stay with the fastball, but he tries the breaking ball, and it's not even close.
First and third now. 2 down, a run in here in the Boston ninth inning. Brings up Jackie Bradley Jr. Runner goes at first to pitch a strike, and a second base on the defensive indifference goes Swihart. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off, and now it is 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Bradley strikes out, and that is the ball game. Red Sox making some noise, but in the end it's not enough. 800th career win for Joe Girardi, and it took a while for Joe to get it. We will step aside and come back with more from Fenway.